Welcome to Sports Bios, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating lives of athletic icons. I'm your host, Howard Closewell, and today we're going to embark on a captivating journey through the life of Bobby Jones, the golfing legend who transcended his sport to become an international phenomenon. As we navigate the twists and turns of this remarkable story, you'll discover a complex, charismatic figure whose impact on golf is still felt today. Born on March 17, 1902, in Atlanta, Georgia, Robert Tyree Jones, Jr. was destined for greatness. His father, Colonel Robert Permatus Jones, was a successful lawyer and avid golfer who would later become a pivotal influence in Bobby's life. The Jones family resided in the affluent Inman Park neighborhood, where young Bobby spent his childhood surrounded by the privileges of upper-middle-class life. However, it was during these formative years that Bobby developed a unique relationship with golf, one that would eventually define his existence. As a child, Bobby was afflicted with a condition known as nervous indigestion, which led to bouts of anxiety and stomach problems. His parents, seeking to alleviate his symptoms, encouraged him to spend time outdoors, engaging in physical activities like golf. It was under the guidance of Stuart Maiden, a Scottish golf professional at the East Lake Country Club, that Bobby first began to develop his skills. Maiden's unorthodox teaching methods, which emphasized the importance of rhythm and timing, would later become a hallmark of Jones's distinctive swing. I recall a conversation I had with a fellow sports historian who noted that Maiden's approach was reminiscent of the great golfing philosopher, John Duncan Dunn. Dunn once said, "The swing is not just a physical act, but a mental one as well." This notion would resonate deeply with Bobby, who would eventually come to realize that his mental toughness was just as essential as his technical prowess. Growing up in the early 20th century, Bobby was exposed to a world where social etiquette and sporting tradition were deeply intertwined. The golf courses he frequented were bastions of exclusivity, where gentlemen gathered to showcase their prowess and reinforce social hierarchies. Yet, amidst this rarefied atmosphere, Jones's natural talent and dedication earned him recognition from an early age. By the time he was 14, Bobby had already won his first significant tournament, the 1916 Georgia State Amateur Championship. As we navigate the historical context of Jones's early years, it's essential to consider the seismic events that shaped America during this period. The country was on the cusp of entering World War I, and the social landscape was undergoing profound transformations. The rise of urbanization, the growth of industrialization, and the increasing popularity of sports as a national pastime all contributed to an environment where athletic achievement could catapult individuals to unprecedented heights. Bobby's family played a crucial role in nurturing his passion for golf, providing him with access to exclusive courses and fostering a sense of competition that would drive him throughout his career. His mother, Clara Jones, was a pillar of support, often accompanying him to tournaments and offering words of encouragement when he faced adversity. Meanwhile, Colonel Jones, a stern taskmaster with high expectations, pushed Bobby to excel, instilling in him a strong work ethic and an unwavering commitment to excellence. I'd like to pause for a moment to consider the psychological dynamics at play within the Jones family. This pressure could have potentially suffocated Bobby, but instead, it seemed to fuel his determination. As the great psychologist Sigmund Freud once noted, the unfulfilled desires of childhood are the roots of adult ambition. In Bobby's case, the desire to meet his father's expectations would become a driving force behind his success. The confluence of these factors would ultimately shape Jones into one of the most dominant golfers of his era, a man whose name would become synonymous with excellence, sportsmanship, and an unwavering passion for the game. The year 1920 marked a pivotal moment in Jones's journey, as he claimed his first U.S. Amateur Championship title at the age of 18, defeating the reigning champion, Charles Evans, Jr., in a thrilling 3-2 victory on the storied links of the Marion Golf Club. The crisp autumn air was alive with anticipation. As Jones stepped onto the first tee, his eyes fixed intently on the horizon. The crowd, a veritable who's who of golfing aristocracy, watched with bated breath as he began his campaign for glory. With each precise swing and calculated putt, Jones demonstrated an uncanny mastery of the game, his focus never wavering as he navigated the treacherous terrain of Marion. This triumph not only cemented Jones's position as a rising star in the golfing world, but also earned him an invitation to compete in the 1921 British Open, where he would face off against some of the most esteemed golfers of the time. As Jones crossed the Atlantic, bound for the storied links of St. Andrews, he was acutely aware of the daunting challenge that lay ahead. The British Open, with its rich history and notoriously difficult course conditions, was an event like no other. And yet, undaunted by the prospect of competing against the likes of Walter Hagen, Gene Sarazen, and other legendary figures of the sport, Jones approached the tournament with his trademark confidence and poise. Although he ultimately finished tied for 8th place, his performance at the Open caught the attention of the golfing community, and he soon found himself rubbing shoulders with the game's elite. One of the most defining aspects of Jones's career was his remarkable record in major championships. Between 1923 and 1930, he claimed an astonishing 7 major titles, including 5 U.S. Amateur Championships, 1 British Open, and 1 U.S. Open. His victory at the 1926 U.S. Open, where he defeated Joe Turnesa by a single stroke, was particularly notable as it marked his first major win on American soil. With each player refusing to yield, the crowd was treated to a veritable masterclass in golfing strategy and mental toughness. Jones's relationships with his contemporaries were also instrumental in shaping his career. His close friendship with Walter Hagen, for example, proved to be a significant factor in his development as a golfer. The two men often engaged in spirited matches, with Hagen serving as a mentor and confidant to the young Jones. As Hagen once remarked, "Bobby Jones is the only man I know who can make me feel like a bum on the golf course." This sentiment speaks volumes about the high esteem in which Hagen held Jones, and their friendship would endure for many years to come. The 1930 season proved to be a watershed moment in Jones's career, as he achieved the unthinkable by winning all 4 major championships in a single year: the U.S. Amateur, the British Open, the U.S. Open, and the British Amateur. As he stood victorious on the final green of the British Amateur at St. Andrews, the crowd erupting in a frenzy of applause, Jones was overcome with emotion. Jones's remarkable achievements were not limited to his on-course accomplishments, however. He was also an accomplished writer and instructor, penning numerous articles and books on the game of golf, including his seminal work, Golf is My Game. In this treatise, Jones shared his insights on the technical, strategic, and philosophical aspects of golf, offering readers a unique glimpse into the mind of one of the game's all-time greats. With his characteristic wit and eloquence, Jones broke down the complexities of the game, providing a roadmap for aspiring golfers to follow in his footsteps. As the 1930s drew to a close, Bobby Jones began to scale back his competitive golf schedule, opting instead to focus on his family, business ventures, and philanthropic pursuits. The golden glow of his playing career, which had once illuminated the links like a beacon, was slowly fading, but its warmth would continue to radiate throughout the sport for generations to come. In 1931, he founded the Masters Tournament, which would go on to become one of the most prestigious events in golf. As I reflect on this momentous occasion, I am reminded of Jones's unwavering commitment to excellence and his vision for a gathering place where the world's top golfers could compete in a spirit of camaraderie and sportsmanship. The Masters was more than just a tournament. It was an embodiment of Jones's values, a celebration of the game's noble traditions, and a platform for showcasing the artistry and skill that defined golf at its highest level. As Jones navigated the challenges of his later years, he faced numerous health setbacks, including syringomyelia, a debilitating condition that left him with chronic pain and limited mobility. Yet, despite these physical limitations, his spirit remained unbroken, and his love for the game continued to burn bright. As he once said, "Golf is deceptively simple and endlessly complicated. It satisfies the soul and frustrates the player." These words capture the essence of Jones's relationship with the game, which was marked by a deep love and respect for its complexities and challenges. As Jones's health began to decline, he became increasingly reclusive, preferring to spend time at his home in Atlanta or on the grounds of Augusta National Golf Club. The tranquility of these surroundings seemed to bring him peace, and he would often be seen strolling through the gardens, lost in thought, as if reflecting on a lifetime of memories and experiences. Despite his physical limitations, he remained engaged with the golf community, offering guidance and support to younger players and serving as a revered elder statesman for the sport. His presence was a reminder that greatness is not solely defined by physical achievement, but also by the character and wisdom that one accumulates over a lifetime. In 1948, Jones was awarded the Freedom Medal, the highest civilian honor in the United States, in recognition of his contributions to golf and his country. This moment marked a poignant milestone in his life, as he was acknowledged not only for his achievements on the course, but also for his impact on the nation. As I ponder this occasion, I am struck by the realization that Jones's legacy extends far beyond his impressive array of championships and accolades. He helped to popularize golf, making it more accessible to people from all walks of life, and his influence can be seen in the countless lives he touched through his writings, teachings, and philanthropic work. Bobby Jones passed away on December 18, 1971, at the age of 69, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire and influence generations of golfers. Today, he is remembered as one of the greatest players of all time, a true champion who embodied the values of sportsmanship, integrity, and perseverance. Through his remarkable achievements and enduring influence, Jones has left an indelible mark on the sport of golf, and his story continues to inspire us to pursue our goals with courage, determination, and heart. That's all for today's Sports Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Howard Closewell reminding you to keep shooting for your goals.